Hello and welcome. You're listening to Sonic Dialog, where artists from Australia and the US connect through music that's moved them. My name's Matty J, and I'm joining you from Yawuru and Juukan country here in the Kimberley, and I am stoked to be joined by our guest today, Monique, also known as Stellar Moon. Also joined all the way across in the US by our co-host, Raul. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm good, Matty. Great to connect once again and talk music as always. It's what we do, right? It's what we love. So excited to chat music, chat with Monique. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, and we've been doing a lot of digging around, looking for our best upcoming Kimberley artists to share with audiences far and wide. We've already had a chat with one previous Kimberley-based musician, and I am very stoked to be sharing with you next, Stellar Moon. Now, what can I tell you about Stellar Moon? Well, she's a powerful songwriter, a life coach, a sound healer, a former music teacher who's poured years of experience into her music, her debut album, Phases. Phases is a journey through the cycles of life and emotion, and it's guided by the moon and grounded in soul, country, rock, and really funky undertones. And I think that's something that Monique and her music does really well, blends a lot of funk, powerful storytelling, and just even some country and soul in there. It's a real fusion with Mon's music.
Yeah, I definitely heard that in her music, her selections as well, because we're definitely going to be getting into a few different artists. And it just sounds really good. And you can hear the passion. You can hear the different languages. It's really cool stuff. So I can't wait to get into it.
Yeah, this for me is Mon's sound is really uniquely Kimberley because of the different sort of music it blends, but also the storytelling. And you'll hear in the songs we're going to share from Monique, Stellar Moon, also a bit of language in there. She sings in Nyikina, which is her mob. That's her traditional skin group. And they're based over nearby to Broome, but we're all in the Kimberley. So I think let's kick it off. Shall we start off with Mon's first song, Stellar Moon, with, which one did we decide in the end? She sent a few, but I think we're going to go with Not Still Tea, which is another great track.
Man, there are so many, man. I wish we can play more than one, but I think we're going to check out Out of the Dark, right?
Out of the Dark, yeah, there's been a few selections on the Phases debut album from Stellar Moon, but Out of the Dark is the one I think is a good, strong one to start with. It's got that funk, it's got that soul and that rock in there, along with the powerful storytelling and singing in language. So this is a sneaky peek, a bit of a taste for Stellar Moon's music and the music from the Phases album as well. Let's have a listen and we'll be right back.
Got your heart, think you fly, heard you breaking glass. Too much living, too hard and fast.
Everybody hear you now. I see you, and I know where you've been. I wanna know, child, are you done? 'Cause 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 what you got for love.
And welcome back to Sonic Dialog. My name's Matty J. I'm the co-host all the way from Broome in Australia. And of course, joined by our co-host linking our music together all the way in LA, Raul. What did you think of that one? We were just having a listen to Out of the Dark, Stellar Moon.
It is so good, man. When you hear the rock element and the different fusions of the different sounds and the language crossing over from English to her native language. Once again, how do you pronounce that? What is the language?
Nyikina. But I think
that is awesome.
Yeah, I think what we'll do next is bring in our guest, Monique Stellar Moon. We would love to hear from her just about the meaning behind the track, the songwriting, the style choices. And, she can explain a bit about her Nyikina heritage, her cultural importance with the song and using language in a song like that as well. And I'm curious to know from Monique herself the meaning of Out of the Dark. Hello, welcome to Sonic Dialog, finally bringing you in, Stellar Moon.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, how are you? Oh my God, we were talking a little bit off mic before going in the 1 degree of separation, with all these connections to LA and family members. And of course, it's beautiful to see how the music just ties us all together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So talk to us about this song, Out of the Dark. Where did this come from? The inspirations to your music, to this sound. It is so good.
Yeah, so I feel like my songwriting, kind of the way that songs come to me does change, like they come in many different ways. With Out of the Dark, it actually started with that riff.
We were talking about that
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And so a version of that riff, it wasn't quite, but a version of that riff. And what was on my mind, I taught music and performing arts for close to 20 years. And I taught a lot of students, and I never met a student I didn't like. I don't believe there's such a thing as a bad kid, it's just challenging circumstances sometimes. And that song was written, inspired by the kids that I had the honor of teaching over the years.
Oh, wow. So Out of the Dark, step out of the dark. Is that a bit like, encouraging them to step up, be confident, be proud of themselves? What's your meaning on step up and out of the dark?
Yeah, so just, I guess, the dark spaces that we find ourselves in life. So whatever that is for each individual person, to step up and come on, let's show the world who you are, and how great you are, really.
I love that. And that came from your time with your students, because before you really spent full time in music, you were a primary school teacher.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Oh, wow. Great. And how much music came into your teachings, and even with the little ones?
Yeah, so I mean that's literally what I taught. So I was a specialist teacher in performing arts music, and so the fun teacher. I like to think so.
Yeah.
And look, I don't know if I would have stayed quite so long working in such an institute without being in a role that I was in. So yeah, I had so much fun, being creative with kids for over the years. But it was my time to leave and pursue my own music a bit more.
I would very much love to hear from you as well, Mon. So after getting out of school, you did quite a few other things, but your real focus really now is on music, on top of many other things you're doing at the same time. But I'd love to bring it to your album Phases and how it leans into the phases of the moon, because the moon is a really important thing for you. Not only is it in your name, Stellar Moon, but it's in your album, and it's in a lot of the work you do as well. So I was wondering if we could talk about the album Phases and, what it means to you and what the moon means to you.
Yeah, so I guess I'm super passionate about nature and nature's cycles. And I feel that, society, we're a lot detached from nature these days. Maybe not so much. We're so lucky to live in this beautiful place, the Kimberley. But even so, with technology and whatnot. So I am inspired by things like the moon and the moon phase. And when I actually moved to Broome from Derby, where I'm originally from, I learnt a lot about the phases of the moon because we have our staircase to the moon. We have these giant tides that, it's to do with the moon, and the pearling industry to do with the moon.
We have moon parties in the Kimberley.
Yeah. So I tied in the phases of the moon to the songs that I had, the 10 songs on the album, being, the dark moon being the phase where we reflect and we're feeling a bit more introverted, and it could be a dark time in our life, to the new moon, the hope, the growth, the seed, all the way through to the full moon, the celebration, which I think I put as my song Rise, which I feel like that's a bit of a,
so each song is actually linked to a phase of the moon in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I made it sort of thematic like that.
Yeah. And we talk about the power of music, and the track is very powerful. You even use something that I would consider that's traditionally more of a weapon in the song. You actually use a boomerang in your track.
Oh, yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, that's right. Look, there's the bridge of the song is in my my grandmother's language, Nyikina Nyanga, which is Nyanga just means language. So in that part, the ancestors are literally calling the kids, but actually boy, because I use the word jukuru, back to country for healing, and I just thought, I need something that's tying in, my roots into this song. And I know, our mob weren't didgeridoo people, but they were boomerang people. So it was used for many purposes, but also in, that percussive.
That's right. That's that rattling stick sound, yeah.
That's right.
And that's how the boomerangs are used when they're not used as a tool for hunting. They can be used clapped together like a bit like tapping sticks.
Yeah. So I actually got someone in to play them for me.
Oh yeah.
Yadingal.
Oh, Yadingal. Okay. Yeah. Now that's, for those not in the know, Yadingal is a well-established Indigenous artist, and they are massive here in Australia, and they make wicked music and a lot of traditional music as well.
And, they're really special. He tells the story about these boomerangs, but they're really special ones. So I actually feel that so blessed that they were played on this track. And
the boomerangs themselves were quite special. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And maybe traditional and well used, passed down.
And he even said to me when he went to record his album, because he recorded it in Melbourne, he said, but I forgot my boomerang, so he didn't. He said, you beat me. They're not on my album. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You got something a little special even on them.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And we can get into some of the music as well that you brought for us, that you're sharing from this side of the pond. So Why don't we get into some of the music, and who's this first artist that you're going to play for us?
Yeah. So I've chosen the song Dear Maria by Joy Oladokin. And look, I came across it, and so many of my friends, and particularly artists, I guess I do have a lot of friends that are musicians, have said to me lately, they feel a heaviness in the world, and they're sort of saying, how can we, maybe they've got a song that's just been released. They're like, I don't know how I can be release my song when there's so much heaviness, and it's like life has to go on no matter what sort of chaos is happening around us, you know. And this song spoke to me because I guess, well, my interpretation, it is about a bit of a loss of faith, you know, with the lyrics like playing God in space, giving bullets to the children. But she does it, you know, it's like such melodic lines and a catchy chorus. It's kind of like the song itself is quite light, I feel, but it's about a heavy subject. And these subjects do need to be sort of or talked about or sung about. You know, it is important to shed some light on some of these things.
It's probably the easiest way to talk about some of these touchy, you know, subject matters and just, you know, life. And we've always known that music is a massive healer and it helps us get through things. It's that, you know, entity that can take us to a place, it takes us to a memory, and it helps us get through so many heavy days, you know, whether it could be joy, it could be sadness, it could be hurt, it could be, you know, anything. And that's really how amazing music is.
Absolutely. And I always go by the little saying that you've got to feel to heal. You know, so this is what we do, right? As singer-songwriters, and performers, we're helping people to feel, and then that actually does help people to heal, I believe.
Well, why don't we feel a little bit and check out Dear Maria right now? What do you say, Matty?
Sounds good. Yeah, let's cross over to the US now. Monique has picked 3 tracks that we're going to be sharing that's inspired from her from across the Pacific. So the first one comes up to you next from Joy Aladukan. Let's check out Dear Maria, and we'll be right back.
I've been faithful, graceful, fucked up and wasteful, flying down the interstate. I've been hopeless, broken, out in the open with nothing pretty to my name. I've been rusting the silver lining. I've been searching the western skies. I am looking for peace of mind, but there's just noise on the radio and violence on television. Rumors of radiation in the air. They're playing God in space and giving bullets to the children. Dear Maria, won't you say a prayer? Won't you say a prayer? I've been stressed out, let down, stuck in a small town. Hope is a heavy thing. I've been helpless, jealous, young and so restless, trying to find somewhere free. I've been racing the hands of time. I've been falling further behind. I'm looking for peace of mind, but there's just noise on the radio and violence on television. Rumors of radiation in the air. They're playing God in space and giving bullets to
You're checking out Sonic Dialog, the music of Joy Oladokin and the song Dear Maria. Gorgeous stuff. And yeah, now hearing some of those lyrics and hearing how powerful it is. Good stuff, Mona.
Yeah, do you know, just one quick thing else I liked about Joy. On her Instagram, she does these tidbits about birds.
What? Okay.
And I'm such a bird person, so I really like that, you know, the whole nature thing.
What
What does she do?
Yeah.
Oh, where she'll pick a bird of the day or the week or whatever it is, and she'll talk about this particular bird. I thought, well, that's pretty cool.
So she's just a private bird nerd in her.
It's a thing she does, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now, we've just come back from your first song selection, which is Dear Maria. I'm wondering what makes that stand out to you?
Yeah, I just really like how it addresses a lot of the things that are going on, you know.
Okay.
And the way she's feeling powerless, but she's singing it in such a powerful way. It's kind of like, and there's a certain lightness to this heavy subject.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
lyrics that kind of sit between like hurt and hope, I guess. Do you find
Yeah.
yourself like writing from that same position with your music?
Absolutely. And I almost wonder whether I should just do one in just the
All hurt, all hope.
That's right.
Yeah.
In just the one space. But I always feel like when I'm writing a darker song that it has to come through with some hope or some happiness as well, because, you know, I mean, that's generally the message in all my facets of life that I'm trying to share.
It's crazy when you hear a song that, it sounds so pretty, it sounds so melodic. Then you actually pay attention to the lyrics and like, whoa, this is some pretty heavy stuff.
It's reminiscent a bit of the Owl Eyes version of Pumped Up Kicks, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because that's all like pretty.
Yeah, so Pumped Up Kicks, of course, the lyrics talk about something that can be a bit dark, but the nature of the song is upbeat. And then the version you're talking about really brings it downbeat and makes it seem like a darker song with the lyrics. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, no, I thought that version was upbeat.
Also really upbeat. I'm thinking of a different cover. But on to, I guess you've selected a bunch of songs. Now I'm wondering with the next one, All the Sweet Tea, Denisha, we've got a vinyl session of this one. Now, do you feel with this next song as well that it hits in that same vein of, between hurt and hope and also getting that soulful country sound out there? What about this artist, Denisha, stands out for you?
Yeah, well, look, I did a bit of digging actually after hearing this song and going, wow, who's this artist? And I feel like she grew up with a lot of similar artists and music in the background of her life as I did, which was a lot of country. Apparently, listening to people like Charlie Pride, Alan Jackson, George Strait, and also a lot of soul, Smokey Robinson, Al Green, and people like that. And yeah, I think you can feel that in her music, that country soul vein, I guess. Again, sweet melody lines that I'm just like, I want to be like you when I grow up, kind of, is what I kind of say. But, and also, I mean, it was about tea.
Of course, and one of the songs we were going to play from you was Still Tea. Really, powerful and meaningful song from you, but it's good to make that link, isn't it?
And I'm such a tea addict. Not that Still Tea, my song's even about tea, but yeah, and this one, a lot about don't waste time and that it doesn't stand still. Life
Keeps
is on the
happening, keeps
move.
moving.
So
Yeah.
I liked the vibe, I liked the sound, the theme, and the message.
Oh, the sound is so smooth. I had a good listen to this one earlier, and it's smooth as.
She has such a beautiful voice.
Yeah, I'm digging it. What do you reckon about this next one, Raul?
I hear the tie in, not just in your vocals, but all the artists that you've selected. Their strength and powerful vocals is something that just kind of ties it all together. Who are some of the other kind of inspirations that you've kind of really gravitated to as far as female vocalists?
Yeah, I mean, I could say locally, and you might not know, but so if I went locally, Emma Donovan, who's an Indigenous Australian artist.
Powerful
great.
voice, powerful
She's so
lyrics.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I love her stuff. But, classically, Aretha Franklin, Etta James. I'm in a Motown soul funk cover band in Broome. So, for over 10 years I've been playing in that band. So all those divas, all those, Patti LaBelle, people like that I've had to do my best to sing along with. Yeah, they'd definitely be people that I look up to and aspire to. And I feel like my voice, my journey with my own voice has definitely, like, it is such a journey, of just becoming more and more confident, more and more free, and then you end up finding these new places and spaces within your own voice. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And you're also like, I don't know, she's a real mixed bag, Stella Moon, Monique, because as she mentioned, she's in a Motown band. She also does a more funk band. She also does choir. And so she's all over the place with the sound. But with the mention of the diva energy, I have noticed that in her more Motown and funk cover bands, the diva energy comes out, but it's quite a bit more, I think, grounded in phases. Like the diva energy's there, but it's a lot more, brought down. So the lyrics and the message is the more important part of each of the song and phases, I find.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess because they're my songs and my experiences, so it's kind of, it's definitely more humbling and more, you're more vulnerable.
Because it's your own.
Delivering your own music. And that was a big jump for me to go from cover bands, which also, took a lot of bravery really from my point of view and where I was in life, to get into those. And then eventually, in my 40s to go, hey, I might share some of these songs I've been writing as well. And why not?
That's deadly. Now, shall we get into the song next? I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, let's continue right now with Sonic Dialog as we take a sip of my cuppa here. It's all the sweet tea as we do continue.
Time is ticking like it always does. It flies right by, right over us. There is nothing you can do to quell, to stop that girl from running like hell. All the sweet tea in Carolina, all the sun that comes to dry up all the rain, all the mountain peaks in Colorado, they're waiting there, they're calling out our name. What I've been missing is your tender touch, 'cause if I've got you, then I have enough. I don't want to waste it, all these precious nights. We never know the day when we're gonna fly. All the sweet tea in Carolina, all the sun that comes to dry up all the rain, all the mountain peaks in Colorado, they're waiting there, they're calling out our name. All the sweet tea in Carolina, all the sun that comes to dry up all the rain, all the mountain peaks in Colorado, they're waiting there, they're calling out our name.
And welcome back. You're on Sonic Dialog. I am one of your co-hosts, Matty J, broadcasting from community radio in Australia, from a little place called Broome on a station called Radio Goolarri. And of course, joined by my co-host in LA, Raul, we've just been listening to All the Sweet Tea by Denisha, and to me, I really like the sound of that song. It's got like a vibe, like a warm summer night, but a little bit of an ache behind the eyes, something like that, you know? It's like subtle and kind of soulful.
Yeah.
Very soulful. Soulful is like definitely coming at you right there. Her vocals. And that's one thing, like I was saying earlier, the vocals are just piercing through on all these tracks. And you mentioned we have Monique with us as well. And you mentioned earlier that your vocals and your voice is still something that you're growing into, and you have this confidence now. How long did it take you to get to kind of where you think you are today?
Good question.
And
are
is
you
that
still
something
going?
that are you still aspiring to get somewhere else with your vocal ability?
Look, there's a little saying that you're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. so I feel
we'll go green and growing.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
go green and growing.
And yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness, still, it's always such a journey, and learning to feel freer. All of the things I said before, more confident. Finding that with the confidence, you know, that's obviously like an inner power thing. Yeah, I mean, I was always singing. My mum said I just sang when I was a kid, and they'd be like, where has she even heard that song from? But I did take like a little dip at high school, a little bit of a confidence smash, and then, you know, bad relationships after high school, and didn't sing for quite a while. Yeah, so I feel like everyone has a vocal story, and I'm actually running a workshop next week to do with that. But, yeah, everyone has a vocal story. So many people, as I was teaching at Broome Primary School over here, so many people would come up to me and, you know, say they loved what I did with the choir. I'd have up to 70 kids sometimes in choir, and so many people said, you know, I got kicked out of choir when I was a kid. And I cannot believe that any teacher would kick a kid out of choir, you know, unless they were not wanting to be there, but and told they can't sing.
Oof, that's more of a fault than on the teacher in a way, than the student.
Yeah, to me, I'm like, no, everybody can sing. And you know what? Everyone should just enjoy the joy and fun of singing, especially like as kids, primary school and whatnot. I mean, even adults, we should all sing. This is why I started an adult choir.
Yeah, sing for you. Sing because it makes you feel good and because you want to, right? Not because
Yeah.
you're worried about how others think.
And not everyone, you know, needs to or wants to take it up professionally, but we should all sing. And
I like that.
have I gone on some big,
I wish I
huge-
could sing. I mean, and it's funny that you bring that up, because my girlfriend, her mom was also a choir teacher, and
What?
she taught choir, and I can't hold a note if it was in a bucket, you know? So the fact that one time I was over and I said, you know, I'm like, there's no way I can sing. No way. She goes, I guarantee you I can help you sing, and you can sing. Exactly what you just said. Like,
And-
everybody can sing.
And have you done anything with her since?
I haven't.
Look, there's a little challenge for you.
There's a little fear. There's a little fear, and you know, and I can understand, you know, when you take that dip in confidence, even at my age now, you know, I'm all like, you know what? I leave the singing to the pros. I can play in a wicked turntable. That's probably all I can do.
And you know that is
But-
literally all it is. It's the mind, because we can all hear music, right? And we can hear when it's
Yeah.
going up and down and whatnot. And it's just your neural pathways basically to be able to replicate and sing that out. But to do that, you know, we've got to be noisy. And to be noisy, you've got to take risks. And taking noisy risks is extra tricky for people because it's coming from us and it's coming out loud. So my brother was teased forever about not being able to sing. And he's such a jokester. So he just it became the biggest joke. And so he'd be like, la, 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 like, you know, do these silly little things. And actually one day last year I said to him, we were around the campfire on a rare cold night in Broome. And I said, I want to prove that my theory that everyone can sing. And so we did a couple of things, and I got him to copy it and he joked at first. And I said, but you got to put the jokester down and now just sing this one note. And he was off and then he got it and he's holding this note and his face, he looked at me like in shock. And I said, there, you got it.
There
You had it.
There it is. Wow.
Fast forward a year and actually just last night, I was back around their campfire and his wife said to me, because we were singing along to something, I can't remember. Oh, actually, a new song I just recorded that I was showing them. But it was catchy chorus, so he was singing along and I was like, oh, look at you go. He was in tune and his wife, who is very musical, she said, yeah, he's been getting better. So there you go.
Wow.
That was a really long story.
All right.
Sorry,
Next time I see you, I'm going to take you up on that challenge and I'm going to talk with her mom and see what she can do. If she says she can make me sing or give me the ability to at least hold a note, all right, we're going to go for it.
Cool.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Awesome.
We believe in you.
And speaking of people that can sing and can hold notes, I mean, this next artist that we're going to get into, talk to us about Charlie Laurie.
Oh, yes. Well, straight away with this song as well, the big band sound got me. I love a horn section. It's my dream that's come true to be able to play in bands that have horn sections. And so this song, I really liked it. And, Charlie, she's an Indigenous American and she's an activist, which is all the things I love. Like she uses her platform to raise awareness about lots of different issues, which I think, when you have a platform, then you if you've got something to say, use that platform. So yeah, I love it. It's got a big sound, this song, and her voice, like it's just such a smooth, again, and powerful, incredible singer. And I like, for this song in particular, like that, it's kind of got that old feel to it, if that makes sense. And I'm a sucker for old music, as we've probably established.
Oh, yeah, like a modern song, but it sounds like it could have easily have come from, 50, 60 years ago or something like that. It's got that real old vibe to it.
Got a mix, but yeah, like...
And I love seeing young artists that that feel like old souls trapped in young voices.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, get that variety of sound out. And not only that, but just before we get into the song next, she, as a Indigenous woman as well, does that sort of speak to you? And especially, when you talk about her being an activist and including truth-telling in her songwriting, for Indigenous people, truth-telling is such an important part of our songwriting messaging and storytelling. And do you feel that links to you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I just have so much belief in music changing the world because it has and it continues to, So, yeah, definitely that was something that really spoke to my soul because there's still so many things to be brought up, to be, to be discussed and actioned and changed within our world. So I'm so happy that there's many artists out there doing it and people, not just artists, but yeah, Charlie's definitely one of those people.
Yeah, let's have a listen, shall we? Coming up next, thanks to our guest Stella Moon, Monique, on Sonic Dialog, we're going to be checking out Stay by Charlie Laurie.
Is it too much to ask to have this dance? I want to see the moonlight in your eyes. Something about the way your gaze meets mine. Knew it would be just a matter of time. Rocking and swinging all through the night. Your body swaying, it goes
Welcome back to Sonic Dialog. My name is Matty J from Broome in WA, and also joined here in the studio by our very special guest, Stella Moon, Monique Lavia, the guest who we are really putting in the spotlight with not just her music, but learning about what she gets from the songs, the meanings, and learning a bit more about her. And of course, as well, joining us all the way from LA, we have Raul. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, the odd accent is in the house, and excited as always just to talk music. And this has been just so much fun. And hearing an artist that is known for being such an activist and powerful lyricist and bringing kind of that just big sound. But this one, it's kind of like a little departure from that, no?
Yeah, this one, is it's a love song. So it's kind of, and we all need a break from the world as well.
Totally.
We all need to fill our cups in other ways. But yeah, I kind of liked that. I liked that it was just this beautiful love song, like a plea to someone, to stay a little bit longer. And
yeah. Well, I've got a question for you. So you've spoken about like owning your voice and pushing through things like self-doubt, for example. Does hearing artists like Charlie make you feel less alone in that?
Yeah, look, I just get inspired so much by everyone. I'm easily inspired, which is good. But yeah, particularly these women that we've been playing this morning. And yeah, just to also when I look at their stories, different people's stories and where they've come from, because maybe when I run workshops as well, because do you know what? I don't even know if there's a human alive that hasn't dealt with self-doubt in some capacity. Maybe just the levels change.
But it's there, deep in all of us, yeah.
Yeah, and we might get over something and we step in, we change our comfort zone, so to speak, and then it's like, oh, now we've got to level up again, and that doubt can creep on back in again. But yeah, I also liked what I liked about Charlie. She, I know she studied Motown and gospel, so I was like, those genres for me. Again, she's that soulful, kind of bit country as well, but with the big sound of that song. And a smooth voice with a lot of oomph.
Stella Moon, Mon, I have a big question for you, and this might be a bit of a thinker, but, what do you hope someone hears or even feels when they listen to your music for the first time? There's so many different parts about it. There's the phases, there's the, internal messages, there's the sounds, the genres. But what do you hope that someone hears or feels?
I just hope they feel.
Just feel in general, yeah.
And I hope they feel, and I do actually hear from my live performances, festivals and that people see you later on in the day, or that they feel uplifted. And I've actually had a few people in tears and come up to me after shows. Wow. Just, you unlock different things in people, and what's that saying about the eye of the beholder? Like
beauty is in the eye of the beholder?
Yeah, and I guess for music, it's my partner, who's also a musician, he actually is the engineer on the album, but he says to me, who are you to judge your music? He's like, as in, because everyone will have their own interpretation.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. That's such an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, when I'm being down on myself, he's like, doesn't matter. Who are you to judge it? Like, put it out there, do your best with your intention in mind.
And let the world take it from there.
That's right. So I hope they maybe just have time enough to connect and to feel, because, I feel there's so much distraction and numbing in society through technology, social media, whatever. We numb ourselves with so much consumerism.
Overstimulation, yeah.
To be able to be held by a song for an amount of time, which is also tricky these days because people have very, very short attention spans.
Such a short attention span for sure. But like you said, the emotions that are evoked, I mean, it runs the gamut. That's the beauty, that it could bring you joy, it could bring you sadness, it can bring you that memory. But yeah, definitely the feels for sure. And that's what your music does.
Yeah, and it can connect to people anywhere of any walks in life as well. I think that's the beauty of it. And that's what I've learned from this particular session as well, is just the the links between, I mean, you've done the same with US artists, and for sure, I'm wondering there's got to be some people over on their side that are connected with your music that you might not even realize. You could have a few fans there that just link with your music the same way you've linked with some of these US artists.
Yeah, maybe.
I think for sure. And hopefully after
no
this, there's
maybe
some more
about
listeners.
it. No maybe about it. That's a big definitely.
So what do you
Thank
reckon,
you.
Raul and Stella Moon, Mon? How have we enjoyed the chat today?
Look, I've loved being here. Thank you so much, guys. And, I love a chat. So
Yeah, I chat with Mon all the time, which she's a regular here in the station. And of course, as a community station, we play and share all of our local and Kimberley artists, but especially Mon. Her whole album's there, and we've been supportive of her and vice versa. So
Yeah,
it's great
thank
to be
you.
able to have this chat and share with your listeners from not just the US, but anyone listening, the sounds and the soul and the talk, just everything that we have coming from this side of the world.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to come to LA and we hang out over at the KCRW studios and play some more music.
That would be so cool. I would love that.
let's do it.
All right, we'll work on it. We'll hopefully make our way there, but that would be a pleasure. Well, thank you, everyone. This has been Sonic Dialogue. A big thank you to my co-host Raul Campos over in LA, and to our special guest. It's my pleasure. Looking forward to the next chat. And of course, our special guest today, Stella Moon, the incredible Stella Moon, for sharing her journey, her music, and those beautifully chosen tracks from across the Pacific.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been lots of fun.
Yeah, I mean, we chat all the time, but great to share our chats and your music with listeners far and wide.
Yeah.
Of course, special thanks as well to our production team, Adam Burke, Sarah Guppy, and Aaron Larkins, the legends behind the scenes who help bring the show to life. And a huge thanks to the US Embassy in Canberra for their support in making this cross-cultural exchange possible.
Oh, and big shout out to your cousin, our dear friend Sam Cook over here in LA.
Yay.
Yeah, those links, wow.
Shout out to Sam. Hi.
I'm Matty J, signing off from Radio Goolarri here in Broome, WA. Wherever you're listening from, we hope this episode leaves you feeling inspired, connected, and maybe even a little seen. Catch you next time right here on Sonic Dialogue.